really did. His idea was to have he and Linda buy a boat, go down to Kentucky Lake, pitch a tent, and he would make a living catching fish, just like the disciples. God did not want him to do that at all. I'll tell you why. One time, Leigh, to fish, he was into lures. He would order them out of magazines. One lure was the helicopter lure. It's a helicopter lure. And he brought it to the boat, and I happened to be on the boat he was fishing from that morning. And I was just wanting to see what the lure would do in the water. So as he cast the lure toward the bank, there were trees just immediately beyond the bank, and they went up like a staircase. And I was looking out at the water when Leigh threw it because I wanted to see what it would do. The lure never hit the water. But I heard squirrels in the tree dropping whatever they were eating. And then I saw this limb, like it was waving at it. And Leigh was just giving that thing the hardest pull as he could. He never caught a fish with that lure. Never. And I said to myself on the boat, I said, Leigh is a unique person, but it has nothing to do with fishing. God wanted to slam the door shut. He wanted Leigh to be convinced beyond any doubt, don't you ever fish. So it happened about 3 or 4 weeks after Kentucky Lake. I had a 14-foot Monarch John boat, and we took it to Harrods Creek. Now, Harrods Creek is about 18 feet wide. It is bordered with trees, which means the limbs and twigs fall right at the bank, and it is just crammed with limbs. So, Lydia, my daughter, Jace, my son, and myself, we used light lures that would almost float. We didn't want to get Leigh used a dive bomber. It would go straight to the bottom. And the first 6 times he threw that lure out, it snagged on a limb. Now what that meant, I had to stop the boat. We had to stop fishing. I had to back the boat up with my trolling motor. I had to get over in the limbs and somehow free his lure without snapping the line. 6 times. And finally, frustrated, Leigh said, what do I need to do different? And my daughter is a straight shooter. In that kind of a bland voice, she said, I know what you need to do. He said, what? She said, stop fishing. That door just slammed. Will Leigh ever have that idea again? I'll never forget that. That was beautiful. But you know, Leigh did not stop fishing. He just fished in a different lake. He fished in the lake of souls. And he journeyed with people to help them find their green pastures and their still waters, to renew their soul. And you know that Leigh's gifts so well fit that type of fishing. He's just gifted at it. He goes down to the deep where the catfish are. And he leads people to their still waters. Leigh, in ending, you will not be able to retire from some things. You want to partially retire from counseling, I know that. But there's some things you cannot retire from. You can never retire from being a kind, patient, reflective, steadfast, wise, and loving person. Because those are simply part of who you are. And what a joy to have run into you. And what a continuing joy to continue to buddy around with you. I sure do love you. Thank you.